This episode of Beyond the Closing is brought to you by First United Land Transfer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Closing. Today we have a very special guest with us, Miss Katherine Medina from Weicker Realty.
Yeah, thank you, Carmen. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Yeah.
We have so much to talk about.
Of course, always.
Before we even get into our conversation, can you just tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So everyone, my name's Katherine Medina, Katherine with a K, not a C. I'm 19 years old, recent graduate from Salisbury High School, class of 2022, and I'm happy to be here with Carmen. Yeah.
We're thrilled to have you here.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with what you just mentioned.
Okay.
You are a very successful
Thank you.
young realtor.
Yeah.
You have been in real estate for about a year now.
Yeah, approximately a year. Yep.
Okay. And a recent grad. I have a lot of respect for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Because your generation is a little different. I don't know too many people your age who are quite as driven as you are. Tell us how you started in this industry.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I graduated high school last year. Exactly 2 days after my graduation, I joined my real estate classes. Yeah, so the whole entire summer dedicated to real estate. I had classes 2 days a week, 3 hours every class, and eventually, passed my classes, and I passed my exam, and immediately I interviewed the brokerage at Weicker, Monica Ziegler. She's an amazing broker. I enjoy her and talking to her every day. I always see a smile on her face. Yeah, so I'm with Weicker now, and I'm very proud to be there.
So we're going to touch a little bit of a touchy subject.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Which we've discussed in the past. Because, again, you being so young and so driven is something that's very admirable.
Yeah.
And I happen to have a teenage daughter. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about college,
Okay.
for example. You decided, you tried college to make your parents happy, mostly, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was a bit steered, but I did give it a try. Mm-hmm. So I started in January, was going through my classes and all. I mean, I really didn't feel like it was for me. It was a scheduling. There was a lot of conflict with, with like scheduling time for showings and clients and all. So
for most parents, we tend to be very hyper-focused on pushing our kids to go to college, right? But you're one of the exceptions. And I've mentioned this to you in the past because I do have a daughter she's got a lot of leadership skills.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to go to college, even though she's a very, very smart young lady.
Yeah. She's a sophomore?
She's actually a senior now.
She's a senior now.
She's a senior. She's 16. She's a young senior.
Yeah.
Great student, but she doesn't feel that college is for her.
Yeah.
We need more examples like yours where you did try college to make your parents happy, to say, at least I tried it, even though you knew. Because since you were 16, you knew what you wanted to do. You had a plan. You executed that plan.
Exactly.
You're a go-getter.
Yeah.
And I am certain that you're going to be more successful because you decided to take a risk at being an entrepreneur than if you had pushed yourself to go to college.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, I'd say, like you mentioned, I was set at 16 years old. I knew I wanted to do real estate. Just watching other agents. I even started shadowing, open houses, closings, pre-settlement walkthroughs, all of that. And I just knew it was for me. It was, I make my own schedule, I make my own hours, and put in your own effort, and you get compensated at the end. Not only with commission, it's not only about that, but it's with smiles as well.
You have such a great... You were created to deal with people. Did you always know
Yes.
that you wanted to be in a field where you were making people's dreams come true? Because essentially that's what you're doing.
Yes. So I always knew I was social. I mean, ever since I was in school, I've been involved with sports and clubs as well. Doing public speaking, I don't mind at all, Making social connections with people is something I really enjoy. And an example of that was yesterday. I had my first closing on a property in Slatedale. My buyers were ecstatic. They were so happy, passing them the key was the greatest thing ever, and I'm glad I had to experience it. Yeah.
I'm always thrilled when I get to be around you, not just because you have such a sweet spirit, but because you do work so hard. I love how dedicated you are.
Thank you,
And
Carmen.
it's not a 5
You as
to
well.
nine to 5 or 5 days a week. Like you're always on, you're always working.
Yeah.
On weekends when you could be out with your friends,
Yeah.
you're still working, and I admire that for you. Not only are you in real estate, but you're also becoming quite the philanthropist. Tell us a little bit about the beautification project.
Yeah, so I grew up on Chu Street, like I mentioned. That's West End, Allentown. I've got a couple connections, and they invited me to become the beautification of West End Alliance. So what that entails is basically doing like budgeting, planting, doing trash pickups and all that, just to beautify the community, really.
And you get paid for that, or is that?
No, it's simply volunteer work, yeah.
I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
Again, it warms my heart to see that, because you're 19 years old. You are working 7 days a week in real estate.
Yeah.
And you still see the importance of giving back to your community.
Yeah.
You should be mentoring the rest of your generation to get involved.
Yeah.
Because, even as a young Latina, our community doesn't always see the importance of giving back when it doesn't benefit them directly. So where does that come from in you?
So my parents, really, they've always pushed me in anything I did, in sports. Mostly, I've been playing soccer ever since I can walk. I've been kicking a ball ever since then, and they really pushed me. And sports, you build a relationship with teammates, and that's what really important. So everyone that was really part of my influence, my sphere of influence, I'd say, yeah.
Your grandparents were a big part of your entrepreneur mentality as well, right?
My grandparents, they're from Ecuador, both of my mom and my dad as well. Yeah, and they're business owners. My abuelita, mi abuelito, they're business owners. My grandpa, he owns a tool shop in Ecuador, and my grandma, a clothing store. Yeah, so business has always been in the family, and that's where I feel like I inherited mine as well.
I know that you also have a person who is always watching you, your little sister.
My little sister, Valentina, yes, I love her. Yeah.
How do you think seeing you become so successful, so young, so driven, right, and following your gut when it comes to what the future has for you, how does that impact Valentina?
Well,
who's
Valentina,
adorable, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, so she's my 11-year-old sister. She's going to 6th grade now, and she has been my shadow, really. She's always there with me. Every summer we spent together, going to parks and all that. So I feel as if I set an example for her, really. And there's a reason why I'm the oldest sister. I'm glad that I'm the oldest sister, and she's my youngest, my only other sibling. And I'm happy to be here with her.
I can see the stars in her eyes when she's around you. So you're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
What else would you like to share with your generation? How do you want people to perceive people like you who, back in the day, the people who were shopping for homes were the mom and the dad, who's starting a family and they want the white picket fence, so they were looking for like an older real estate person who like knew everything. How do you change that mentality, you being so young and working harder than a lot of people I know?
Yeah, so I feel as if with time comes experience, and the fact that I started young, which has always been my goal, like I said, since I was 16, I'll be working up, and to deserving the status that I do, little steps at a time, of course. But at the moment, presenting myself strong with confidence and just letting them know that I can take them to closing with the help of First United as well. Yeah.
You know that we're always going to have your back.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right now, I think, we're at a time where things are changing.
Yeah.
People are buying homes and understanding that renting is not necessarily going to do much for them. And I'm glad that, younger and younger people are understanding that it's not as hard as they think,
Yeah.
and they're taking steps in that direction.
Yeah.
I know that you don't want to just focus on, the younger, your generation, or just the Latino community. Tell us, who is it that you want to, help? Who is it that you're hoping to work
Yeah.
with?
Anyone that's looking to make their dream come true, really, and that's about everyone in this world. So I'm always open to helping anyone. I know guidance can be a key working with younger potential clients, especially I hope I can get some clientele from my fellow Salisbury students. So in the future, if you need a agent, of course you can count on me. Yeah. So
I think that you are amazing. I do. I have again, there's so much that you have to offer. And I am so glad that you decided to take these steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
Where do you see your career and your life overall going in the next 2 to 5 years?
Yeah, so I am looking forward to purchasing my first investment property in my 20s. I'm currently 19, so it's going to be a work in progress. I am getting to know the roots and, what strategy I can take to purchase the perfect investment property. Following that, just building my name, building as much relationships I can with agents, because that's very important in this industry. Just looking at someone's name, there's always a reputation behind it. So, yeah.
I think you're surrounded by great people who
Exactly.
I think they also see the potential in you. And I know that you have a lot that you're going to be doing and accomplishing, and you're already working on your name.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, for sharing, a part of who you are with us.
Yeah.
We look forward to watching you grow more as a
Thank you.
professional.
Thank you.
We're always going to be here.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate it, Carmen. Thank you so much.
thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah.
Again, Katherine. We always enjoy having you here. I know that there's more ahead, and we can't wait to watch you grow and build your name even more, because you're already doing that, and you're doing a great job.
Yeah, you all are great. You always, welcome me with open arms, and I'm glad to be here, really. Thank you for inviting me. You're an amazing host. One thing I'd like to mention is it's Carmen's birthday this week.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, so happy birthday, Carmen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hope you enjoy, this month, June. So happy birthday.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you again. You're always so gracious. So you're just an admirable person. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad that I've had the opportunity to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
So, and thank you everyone for watching always our episodes of Beyond the Closing. See you next time.
Bye-bye.